to talk about the mindset that you got to have to be able to ace the PMP exam. And I'm going to point it out, man. One of the biggest problems that you probably got right now is you ain't thinking about the PMP correctly, all right? So we're going to walk it through. I'm going to break it down. Some of this might hurt, but this is what you need to hear, all right? So yet again, Scott Payne, PM Master Prep. Dude, I'm here to make you PMP ready. And we're going to do it without memorizing. We're going to do it without stress. And we're going to do it as a team. Let's roll, all right? So the mindset, what do you need? Now, I'm going to walk you through what you need. But before I do that, I want to try to understand what you're dealing with. Now, a lot of you guys are getting the PMP. It's a big deal to you. You're stressed out. You got a lot riding on it. Your time's valuable, being pulled in a million different directions, and you just don't want to fail, right? So the mindset that a lot of you out there do, and I saw somebody today on online go, is they're like, I'll just get everything I need. I'll just go all there and pull all these different things, and accumulation of information is what's gonna get me there. If one bite's good, let me take 1,000 bites. Is that how you're thinking about it? Is that the model that you have in your mind? If I just pull everything from everywhere blindly, eventually I'll have a pile of goodness, and that goodness, I can stand on top of it and do it. You know what? If you pile up a bunch of trash, you're standing on a trash heap. I don't know if you want to do that, but I definitely don't, all right? So instead of going out there and pulling together all this stuff that you hope is good, why don't you slow down? Be more sophisticated. Be more logical. Get away from that hoarder mentality and get into a more focused, like directed way of thinking. So number one mindset trick is be focused, directed, and with purpose in everything you do. Number two is you can't be scared. We can't be scared of failing. Failing is an option. Plenty of people do it. It ain't 100% pass rate. I got pretty close. But in the regular world, but if we walk in shivering and scared, then we're going to let our brain overtake us, okay? It doesn't mean that we won't be nervous. It doesn't mean that we won't be emotional. It doesn't mean that we're not taking this seriously. It's that we have a bigger picture perspective. We understand that this is a step in the path for us. And then if you think that way, you can say, hey, I feel this emotion because it's a big deal. I'm going to understand where my capability to manage stress is, and I'm going to raise it up, and I'm going to be able to deal with it and overcome it. Okay? So we're not going to hoard. We're not going to hide in a corner alone. We're going to lean into it. Now, number three, as we go this, is we're going to realize that this is a reflection not of our ability to beat a test. It's our ability to understand how we do our craft. That's big. Okay? A lot of you out there, I bet you have this belief. You believe that the test is trying to trick you. Oh, there's some tricky questions on the exam. Ooh. Nope. They're not tricky. When you miss them, you've got to, instead of saying, they got me again, they're trying to trick me, I get the 50-50 and I never get it right. What I need you to think is, there's something in this question that I don't understand. There's something in this question and answer series that I haven't built the ability to discern yet, and that presents an opportunity, not a weakness. That presents an opportunity in the fact that once I learn to understand it, I'm going to be a more competent project manager. I'm going to be more receptive to taking in my environment and reacting to it. And I'm going to be able to act better, do better, perform better at the job, on the exam, and as a person. See how that's different? Right? We're not going to say, oh, they're trying to trick me. This is, I almost said a bad word. This is not a good thing. Right? No. When we find questions that we miss, we sit back, we look ourselves in the mirror, and we think, what do I not understand? Here's the way I want you to find the weaknesses in your game. Any place where you find yourself moving through fast, and just skipping over stuff, you're trying to trick yourself. So it ain't the question trying to trick you, it's you trying to trick you. That's real facts, bro. If you're going, reading it through, that's not it. What you're really trying to say is, I don't know what's happening in this answer. or I don't know what's going on in the question. You got to slow down and you go, I don't know, but here are the base components that I got to break down. Maybe it says the word product owner. Maybe it says kind of some other like iteration, some kind of like iteration planning meeting, whatever. It says something in there. It says some kind of thing that you're like, I don't know what that is. Yippity skippity when that happens. When that happens, you write it down and we make it better. But if you try to like, scaredly running through the thing, hoping you get the right answer, you're gone. Same thing applies to how you run projects. Imagine that you were coaching someone else and you watched them and they were in a meeting and they just went through a topic that you know was like they weren't comfortable about because you could read body language, you could see things, you know the person, and they just skated through it real quick. What would you say after the meeting? You'd say, hey, buddy, what happened there in the middle, dude? You like started talking fast, you started moving through. What happened? What happened? And they might say, they might make up some excuse. But you might say, hey, is it true you didn't feel right back then? You didn't know how to handle yourself? You didn't feel confident? You thought you were an imposter? All this other stuff at that point. Is that right? It's just me and you. And they might say, yeah, man. You say, hey, dude, are you helping yourself and the team by skating through it? And they might say no. They should say no. You might say no. So you tell them, dude, live in it. Walk it through. Come through it and really get better. All right? So I left you with 3, right? We want to be purpose-driven. Don't acquire all the stuff. Think about your learning style. Find the things that work. Stick to it. Don't spread thin. Be focused. Number 2, we ain't going to be scared. We're going to handle our emotions. We're going to move through it. And we're going to bring people who are positive, directed, kind of like supportive. And we're going to find ways to get better together. And lastly, we are going to listen to what we understand and we don't understand because we know it's not trying to trick us. It's just that we haven't opened the doors in our mind yet to find it. If you do those things, the experience is enlightening and empowering. If you don't do those things, you will hide in darkness, dissent, and just being hateful in your heart. Not to be overly dramatic, but that's what you're going to do. You're going to be bitter and you're going to be whiny and all this stuff. And I don't want that for you, and neither do you. So why don't we not do it? All right. So if you want help, I can help you. Scott at pmmasterprep.com. Email me, go to the website, pmmasterprep, and then hit the inquiry or talk to me or the apply. All of them go to the same place, me. I talk to you. I understand it. I get you on a plan. I give you advice, whatever's good for you. And we rock and roll this thing. I got a gang of coaches that are the best in the world, and we do this. Call me, email me, go to the site. I'll make it worth your while. Let's go.